Somebody's got to go back and get a shitload of dirt.
Sorry about that, everyone. I had to turn my gain down so unbelievably far, and I still am probably being drowned out by that. In fact, let me go stop the loud noises before we continue, and I will explain why we had to open the stream that way. Be right back. Sorry, I literally had to. Oh man, that is that is a feeling I have not had in a goddamn long time. And now Hades is like, what the fuck was that? I checked with the kitties first. Zeus was down here at first and was like, I don't like this. But Hades was standing at the top of the stairs being like, what's going on down there? Anyways, what's up, guys? This is Heis. The reason for the rock and roll intro was one that was entirely just for me. And sorry, not sorry. Oh, I also usually have that preamp on. There we go. And then I can kind of come back down from orbit there. Okay, that's probably more how I normally sound. Yeah, Blues Cruise put it together. I have been waiting for 8 fucking months for that amp to get fixed. Cockatoo noises. All the cockatoo noises. I haven't been playing a ton of guitar recently because I can't have that. Oh, God. Man, that was religion. Unfortunately, it's a 1980 Marshall Super Lead, so it's an older guitar amp. It's vintage. I've had it for several years. Crapped out on me. Took it to the guy who people say to take it to, and then he ADHD had it sitting on his showroom floor waiting its turn for like 4 or 5 months, and then he subbed it out to somebody else who then took 4 months more to get it done. But there it is. It's here. I have my I feel whole again. I have my child. Yeah, I plugged it in, like, literally we had dinner, Natalie and I was like, but my guitar amp is here. I haven't played my guitar amp yet. Plugged it in, whatever, and he told me, I couldn't believe it. That is the amp that we tracked most of Hellbot stuff with. Reunion show, July 10th, by the way. In Seattle. I tracked most of the Hellbot record with that because that amp, like, we shot out 5 stellar fucking amplifiers. We shot out 5 in a row, and every time, everyone went, well, shit, the Marshall's better, and the studio owner was like, is that like someone famous? Is like, whose amp is that? Like, what's the deal? So, having it out of commission was such a bummer. And he finally called, I called him and was like, hey, is it that? And he's like, I didn't have your phone number. The other guy didn't give it to me. Yeah, no, I just got it done, like, just today. Like, come pick it up. Picked it up, did dinner, and now, like, the adrenaline's up to there, because that was just, I got blisters on me fingers. And I'm literally just like, I'm 100% sober right now. I'm just like, loud noises. So, lizard. Anyway, I don't even have Blender open. I started playing the guitar and I was like, we're gonna open the goddamn stream with rock and roll. It's happening. Okay, let me introduce what we're actually doing on this stream now that we've gotten that out of the way. And then we'll go from there, shall we? Let's see. I'm gonna have to change my thing. I'm gonna have to change the thing because it says do not copy still from something that may or may not see the light of day. Let's see, select font. Oh, I don't remember exactly what we did, what we had it say before that. I shouldn't have used well, whatever. Life's hard. I don't want to... No. Oh, hi, Zeus. Are you terrified utterly? Or are you just... Are you chill? What are you thinking about, buddy? There was a demon from the basement. It was me. I was the demon. Oh, he's doing a floop. He's not entirely scarred, so go sweet baby. Okay. Oh god, it looks like it's doing a little bit of the laggy lag. I guess let me know if it's doing that. Why is this such a pain in the butt to do? Model in development for Century of Steam. All contributions directly support price, Studio 346, and we'll unopaque that, and good lord. Come over here. Sorry about this, gents. I forgot I had to do this. Okay, there we be. So why is this the loud edition? You missed it. You'll have to watch the VOD. I just got done explaining it. I got my guitar amp back, and I had to let everyone in the world know. Anyways, I see lovely top chats coming in. Thanks so much, guys. I want to go through and kind of talk about model today. Oh, it always does this. I have to animate the thing for the radius rod to snap to the right position. And that's not a huge deal, but it's something I need to fix. Anyway, this is the model of the K37 from the Denver Underground Western that we are modeling for Century of Steam, the upcoming video game from Studio 346. 80% done, 80% the way to go. Last week on stream, I said over and over and over, no, I'm not going to pipe the 6ET on stream because that sounds hard and I'm going to have to figure it out and it's going to be a challenge. I've recently undergone that challenge helping somebody else pipe 6ET on the locomotive. And I went, that's actually not that hard. We could do that. I don't mind that at all. So we're going to try and teach 6ET today. While going through and piping it, I need to go find that diagram because my PC crashed twice. Stupid pile of garbage. There it is. So we're going to be going through that here shortly. But yeah, we're going to do all the spaghetti that is the brake piping and brake plumbing. So we're going to turn the tender off, actually. And we're going to think about that, because right now we have Bluetooth brake stands, and we need to connect them with all their bits. Everyone is saying it's a PowerPoint. Okay, let me kill OBS and start over, and then we'll do... Okay, I think I'm back. And it looks better on my end. Hopefully it's better on your end. We're going to go through and jump into it now here today. Let's see. Yeah, let me get these top chats and then we'll start considering all of the rest of the things. Thank you guys so much for the support. It's end of the month, so that's when YouTube ticks over the things. So you're basically securing my paycheck for right after I get raked over the coals by the IRS. So anything you can do is much appreciated. From Blues Crew, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Catch me outside. Any advice for fixing my model choo-choos? Had a few displayed at work and they got knocked off their shelf. Pics on the model train channel. Kind of sad. Yeah, dude, that is always a sad day. And I am unfortunately not the best person to ask on this because I'm not the best at fixing model trains myself. I know many people who are very good at that, but unfortunately not. Ooh. Owie. That does not look great, my dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Ouch. That is tough. Well, Godspeed with that. I don't know whoever manufactured your locomotives, but hopefully they have some replacement parts. That's the most I've ever done. But anything that might need, like, more intense work than that, there are people out there who can do it. You should have seen the K36 that Dusty got in FN3 that got absolutely butt fucked by the USPS. So, anyway, yeah, but it's now fixed. So anyway, it can be fixed, but that's a hard day. I'm sorry. Jordan Freeman, are you willing to reveal where your trip is going? Fuck no. I am not telling any of you fuckers where I'm going. I'm going on vacation, God damn it! You can't find me. We'll probably talk about it afterwards, or at least some of it, but it's gonna be fun. Barrage Balloon, loud noises! Jordan Freeman, do your kitties like loud noises? I wouldn't say they like them. They did just tolerate them just okay. This one is the one who's really easily overstimulated, but he's gonna go join his brother on the tree, I think. Or just sit behind me. One or the other. Physicist, engineer 42 months, breaking news, V-Line, Victoria's regional train operator, think like Amtrak California, just announced the addition of ship sales to your rolling stock to address the fuel crisis. Just don't look closely at today's date. It's the 31st of March. That's neat. Clipper ships. Love that. Good for you guys. Angry Elf 20, conductor 37 months. Loud sounds, huh? 37 months time. It's definitely fake. Yes, it is. Thank you. UP 1065 Productions. Conductor 1 month. I was playing trains with a Z before this. I'm glad you were. Hopefully you enjoyed. Andrew Frame. Fireman 38 months. Your apology was invalid. That was fucking cool. Well, thank you. I also knew that early in stream most people probably wouldn't be there, but what are you gonna do? Glenn Holland! Hey, buddy. I'm sure you've seen the things and stuff, the words. SpongeBob sitting here alone in the booth with the coffee cup is how I feel now that we have finally recorded the Emperor of the North commentary. I hope the appeal process doesn't take forever. Good luck in Blender. Hope you're well. Thank you. As you can hear, I'm quite well. So having a good amplifier day, good day. The big smile. It's very music-y today. So Colorado Kid, can we get a Marty McFly amp explosion for the finale? No. I just got it back after 8 months. Oh, now Stream Deck's broken. Why must the stream always not work? Why must the technology be technology? There we go. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Nope. It's not gonna wake up or smell the coffee. Okay. Well, I guess we're stuck in this view and I don't get to full camera at you. Well, I guess I could do this. But that's like not a button on my desk. That's dumb. Yeah, I just got that back. Just the top part. Bottom part I've had for a little bit. Actually, it's the first time I've heard that speaker cabinet. Because I got it for a good deal, knowing that my amp would be back someday. Anyway. 75 horse case. Good evening. The unruly visitor's disposition was greatly improved with the promise of waterfowl at its final destination. Up to you if you want to spill the news. Some awesome playing there. Offer for the other thing still stands. Noted. Thank you. Appreciate you. 75 horse case, being the legend that he is, has purchased me a model of the T1 so that we can have the race in HO scale between the Mallard and the T1 and make a dumb video about it. So it's gonna be silly. Thank you again. Andrew Frame, high key wish we could get Hellbot to come play for our whiskey trains. You know, that is actually probably the esoteric kind of thing that they would the rest of the band would probably be down for. We could talk offline about that. John Doe, Fireman 32 months. I don't know what to put here, but play Freebird. I would like to put my pedal board in the lineup before I play Freebird, and I really don't need to turn the app on now that I have both the kitties with me right here. That would be cruel and unusual. Anyway, got too much work to do between CAD, 3D print, school, catch up on videos, and debts you missed, trying to find a job, and dealing with your bison. That is quite the list, John Doe. You're an eclectic man. Jordan Freeman, I want to see a Mason Bogey with a Ridgeway stack. It's okay to be wrong. RGS 36 Studios will be resuming Goose Rides in Ridgeway soon. Cool. I might come visit you guys this summer. It'd be fun. Dat Boy Preston, Little Engines Big Men update. Yeah, I do have an update. Zeus knocked the book off my desk onto the floor behind my desk, and I've yet to go retrieve it. I'm not going to get to recording any more of it until after I get back from vacation in May. And then hopefully in earnest, we'll be able to get it done. But Lord knows I have learned doing this YouTube that long-range projects are a struggle for me, and I always have one called Studio 346's Project Century of Steam that I can't seem to get away from. That's been a long-range project that eats my attention, but the other ones, man, it's tough. But anyway, we'll get there. Hey, Spriggs, not much, but hopefully this will get you a good drink or something nice on vacation. Time isn't real. No, it's not. Thank you. Juicy Bones something or other. Congratulations on the return of the big sound. Since I saw it last week, I've wanted to learn your reaction to the logo of the hockey team, Worcester or Worcester Railers. One of the two. 010.6 cannot link the picture. It's on their wiki page. Oh boy. Is that Worcester or Worcester? I'm curious. Let's see. Wow, that is an depiction of a train. Yeah, that is, you're right, it might be an 010.6. Looks mean. Yay, hockey. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, it's a logo depiction of a train. It's never going to be good, so. Person 723, Fireman 33 months. I know you normally don't answer questions on Century of Steam. These streams are the exception because here we are showing off something for Studio 346 project directly. So it'd kind of be rude to tantalize and not give, at least a little something back, right? But any chance the K27 and K28 power reverse will be an option since a few of them had them? The K27s are a whole basket of fun when you start to process trying to do them to the level we like to do things. And that's all I'm going to say about K27s for now. The 28s, which we showed work in progress demos of in the original trailer, 3 of them did run with the power reverse for a long time within our period. So it makes sense to represent that. And honestly, it sounds like a cool way to have a locomotive. Like, I don't know what else that we would make would potentially have power reverse. And, why not do a one-off implementation of a unique thing? It's going to be interesting because you get a little bit of a downside with power reverse in that you can only move as fast as the actuator will let you, right? So you have a little bit less control than a player with a Johnson bar, because there's no penalty, because you're not physically moving the Johnson bar. So power reverse is actually kind of a detriment in some ways. We'd have to think about that. I don't know. It would make sense to model it, but implementation-wise and all that, I'm not sure. That's an interesting thought thing to think on. So, and lastly, the Tricky Gaming. Welcome to the ESND Brakeman. Thank you so much. Okay. Without further ado, I did say it was going to be easy to model the 6ET. And then I remembered that I also have to, talk during these. Right. Anyway, let's talk through the system real quick. Look at all them paps! This is Westinghouse. This is an early, well, not super early, but one of the earlier setups and diagrams for 6ET in the early days. And so yellow is our brake pipe and feed valve pressure. So imagine this pipe running all the way down is the pipe that runs all the way down the train. And then it also tees into the magical box known as the distributing valve, which is what makes 6ET cool. It is a box of mystery, and no one knows how it works, right? Like injectors. Black magic in there, except for people who rebuild air brakes. But to the common engineer, it's the magic box under the cab. It also goes up and tees into the dead engine fixture, which is a provision to haul a dead locomotive behind you. If the locomotive doesn't have air in its system, the brakes do not function properly via the distributing valve unless you charge the main reservoir side, even with the stand cut out. So they have this additional dead engine fixture that you then have to cut in when you're hauling a locomotive that is totally dead, no air pressure. And that way you charge the main reservoir through a check valve from the brake pipe. From there we go up into the double heading cutout cock, up into the automatic, the H6 automatic brake valve. This is your train brake. This is where everything happens, and there's a lot of interplay between the train brake valve, the H6, and then the S6 independent valve over here. You have a couple different lines that run into the different ports on that, and then that ties back in again to the distributing valve in a number of ways. So that's how you get the interplay between the two stands. Then you have the equalizing reservoir, which is actually what you're controlling as you're reducing things initially. That is what the brake pipe basically follows. So you reduce the small pressure of the small volume very accurately, and then whatever the hell the long train behind you is going to try and balance and match to that. Then we have gauge lines up to the top there on all the systems. We've got the feed valves, which in the early setup of things were called the C6 reducing valve, and then as well the B6 feed valve, both of which are probably replaced by the time the 491 got 6ET. I was just talking with Daniel about this today, and we were trying to figure out exactly when those feed valves are replaced, because all the modern rear grand stuff has these modern, or not these valves, has a different valve on it. So I'm probably gonna have to 3D model those modern valves at some point. We'll probably put in the early versions for now, which they may have potentially had when they were first upgraded to 6ET. So we'll do that probably to start. But then red is all of our main reservoirs. So this starts at the air compressor, runs through both reservoirs. You get the feed off the reservoir back to the governor, which controls the air pump up here. And then you've got the cutout after that, such that you know, oh, we're always getting good information on that, but we can cut out the rest of the system if we need to change a part for some reason. But moving from the cutout, you supply the two feed valves, which then supply the independent and supply the feed valve regulated air into the brake stand for the equalizing reservoir and the brake stand and all that fun stuff. And you get the main res supply for everything, including the distributing valve with more cutouts, because being able to drain the system to do maintenance on the fly on a hot engine is important. One really interesting thing that I'm excited to actually implement that is an interesting early setup with an early type of pump governor. This is the SF4 that's modeled here. This is earlier than what we have on 91 right now, and is earlier than what is on 315 right now, which is what I've experienced while running that. You can see that this is a two-headed governor, so it's got two, guys sticking up, two different heads, but it's got three pipes running off of it. The 315 presently wears, and 491 at the end of her service wore one of these as well, so I'm going to have to model one of these as well at some point as an option. Come on, you can do it. There we go. A different, larger body, two-head governor that only has the two pipes. It doesn't have three, it only has two. And the thought and the question you might ask is, okay, what's the deal? What is the governor? How does all that stuff work anyways? And the general principle of it is, okay, the first head is the old style, simple head. Hey, how much pressure do we have at the main reservoir? Is it less than my spring inside there is set for? Okay, it is less. Damn, send some steam to the pump. Run the pump until it equalizes again. And then it spits steam out, and the steam from the line blows out, and oh, okay, we've hit the governor. Two-headed governor. Well, we're kind of annoyed that all of our brake action is happening super far away from this bit of the system. We're getting kind of outdated information. By the time that the main reservoirs are low here, and we're still using air, we're already behind, and a system where running out of air means you wreck. That's not good. So we add a second head. Both of the 3-line style and the 2-line style accomplished the same thing. The 3-line style accomplished it slightly differently, and the 2-line style accomplishes it in a more straight ahead manner that gives similar performance. So what they do is they bring back a main reservoir line, but from a specific port on the automatic brake valve that is in between it's the main res side of the brake valve basically, but it's not directly tied into the same main reservoir here unless you're in a certain position with the valve. So if you've gone from run or release or anything like that, and you've taken an application on the train and then lapped that application, you've reduced this main reservoir, but you've not reduced this main reservoir. Does that make sense? The line that runs to our second head will have been reduced when you use air to set up air on the train. But when you're exhausting the brake pipe out of the brake valve and everything, you're not using the main reservoir until you go to recharge the train. So when you release the brakes, you use the stuff in the tank. When you set up, you will notice pressure differences here, which means, hey, we can use that information, particularly in this case, the early style, if we combine it with the information from the feed valve that sees a reduction in this pipe, knowing, oh shoot, they're sending air into the valve because everything is moved now. And the two-pipe version just omits that, basically, and does it a little bit more intelligently without needing the comparison and sprung differently and all that. But that knows, okay, I've taken a set on the train, and I'm holding the set. We're riding down the hill, we've got brakes on, and we know that we need more pressure. Second head tells the pump, hey dude, I'm lower on pressure. Run the pump. And so the pump cycles a whole bunch as soon as you finish your application. That means that you have more air than you would have had with a single head governor to then recharge the train with, so that you're ahead of the curve rather than behind the curve. That's the very technical explanation. Daniel McKee, Lyman, engineer 34 months. So two heads are better than one. Yes, in this case. A little bit more complex, a little bit more to maintain, which is why they got rid of the third line version, but yeah. Okay. Anyways, that is largely the explanation of the system. The only thing we missed before I go back to top chats, it's between the distributing valve, is where the separation point between brake pipe and brake cylinder and the independent and the automatic is. The distributing valve is a fancy thing that determines, okay, the independent's doing this, automatic's doing this. With what position are we in? What do we do to the brake cylinders? Okay, so that is where the brake cylinder line ties in, and that's this kind of salmon pink color. And the diagram shows it going through a cutout cock, then going to the driver brake cylinders, which that's how 91 set up. All the Rio Grande engines were cheeky, and they put this cutout cock in the cab, and they called it a mountain cock, so you can just cut out the driver brakes right next to you as the engineer to keep heat out of the tires, which is really nice. But then you've got a connection up to the pressure gauge. Important, you need to know what's going on in the system. And then option for a truck brake cylinder on locomotives that had, trailing truck or lead truck brakes. But then back to the tender, and then you got the tender brake cylinder. And so through all this, hey, am I going to be setting up the train basically as a boxcar? Like, if you take an automatic set, the engine and tender will set up like they're a boxcar in the train, just the first ones. Or if you hold it bailed and take that set, it then prevents the brake cylinder from setting up while still reducing the brake pipe. It's all manner of fun stuff. It's very interesting, and you could go down the rabbit hole for years on air brakes and still not understanding it. And I finally am starting to understand this truly on the mechanics side, not just the operations side now. Obviously, I've understood how to run it for the better part of a decade, actually more than a decade. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, that's what we're going to attempt to start piping today. I know that with top chats and everything, it's probably going to be tough for me to go through and get all of that done while answering all of your questions, but we'll do the best we can. So, let's see. Where were we? James the Duke Dog. Conductor 17 months. Hi, so hope you're doing good. If you're ever back in Kentucky, you'll buy a bottle of bourbon and a bucket of KFC. Check the 2 boxes. Thank you, my good sir. Appreciate that. I'm sure I'll be back in Kentucky one of these days. Grave Spartan 21, 27 months. How time flies. Thank you for being a fireman. Also, check model trains. Real life ES&DT meets the real life heist ES&D. Dare I ask? We can take a look at that real quick. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Couple new toys. One of which I have in a box just over there. Very good. Yeah, we love that. A couple, what are those? Jeep 7s, Jeep 9s? And then, I don't know my early diesels that well. And then, of course, our full send caboose. It's very good. You'd never know. It was a different road, right? Thank you. Jersey's Home Appliances. Fireman 44 months. Don't worry about being judged by me, because I once forgot how to operate a doorknob and was judged accordingly. It's a tough day sometimes in life. I can understand that. Let's see. Jordan Freeman, you know someone in Discord will find your vacation location. You'd have to be really off the grid to hide from the Discord members. Please don't be weird, Jordan. H, the capital C. Hello from England by the Watercress line. Hello. Corey Gibson, please don't stalk the heist. Yes, also that. That's appreciated. Rust Gear 556, fireman 29 months, believe it or not. Drove all the way home from California hoping to see you, but had a nice chat with Dusty and Jeff. Were you the one that Dusty was telling me about that I popped in like 30 minutes after, apparently? Sorry I missed you. I had to go into the museum for, I wouldn't say it was unfun, but it was an important, but one of those challenging conversations. The joys of running a volunteer organization. So it's like the first time I'd been to the shop in a while, and it's like, this is what I'm coming in for the first... No, it's fine. It's fine. DNU McKee's chat we already read, so 2 heads are better than 1. Yep. Jordan Freeman 166, your head hurts at the diagram. Graphic design was their passion back in the presumably aughts or teens when they drew the diagram, so that said, it's also a complicated thing, so it's a lot to draw. But anyway. Dat Boy Preston, you have a box of your great-grandfather's old steam locomotive repair manuals. What would be the best way to share them? Because they're cool. Goodness. I mean, those gotta be really cool. I don't know if there's any way to scan them or anything like that, or even just take pictures of the neat parts. I've been referencing some of the very same. I've got, thankfully, this was at a museum book sale the one time, the 6ET book, and it answered some questions that I had, and it has several more modern versions of that diagram. It's funny, you can definitely learn something about those of us at Studio 346 when I mentioned the type of feed valve that 491 has, and Dan was like, what? They don't make any mention of those existing at all. And I'm like, yeah, they do, in the 1932 edition of the book. And Dan goes, oh, I have like the 1908 and the 1912 versions. It's like, yes, Dan's got the early stuff down pat for sure. It's always funny to see the little difference. It's like the same shit, but it's, of course, slightly different. But, yeah. Anyway, Person 723, didn't they pretty much just squish the wheels in on the K37 tender trucks? You betcha. That is, I mean, they probably made new axles, and I wouldn't be surprised if they made new wheels too. But yeah, they left the truck frames the way they be. So, I need to look at those wheels again at some point. Always another thing to do. Okay, well, let's think about moving a vertice or two, shall we? So let me pull up. I know I've got... Actually, while I was at the museum, I was like, I know what I'm going to be doing later today. Let's start modeling some of that stuff, shall we? Oh, wow, those are delightfully in each other's way, aren't they? Oh my god. Oh, that's weird. Sorry, squirrel. Saw another thing that I was modeling earlier that I needed more reference of, and then was like, oh. Okay, so, 500 points to who can tell me what part of the locomotive we're looking at right now. Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? The butts! Yes, more or less, actually. The Gremlin's layer underneath. Sure. I award 500 points to, Andrew Frame and to NJA Reward. I don't ever know how to pronounce your username, I'm sorry. Oh, and Chainbreaker. Yes. Under the cap, we're looking at literally right here. So, the easy start while we're on stream might be to do the brake cylinder, and I can show you what I mean by the mountain cock. So you can see it come up through the floor in this picture. Don't mind 91's cab being like totally obliterated right now because she's getting a bunch of paint work done. So the armrest's off and there's bits missing and such. Jeff wanted to get things trussed up and made nice before, but you can see here's the cutout valve. When it's lined back like that, it's cut in, and then when you move it parallel, it's cut out. So this goes to the brake cylinders just for the drivers. So we always feel like big kids when you get to kick that out, and it's like, all right, we're just playing with the automatic, don't need to bail, so... Tristan, shut your face. Come threaten me like a man in the voice chats. Oh, jeez. I need to find, let's see. Well, we can kind of guess where it goes up. Of course it goes up at a funny angle because, oh, monkey. But how does it dive behind or not dive behind the other pipes? Denver and Rio Grande Western, that is a choice. Why are we modeling this railroad again? Somebody asking for a friend. Oh man, that is just... I didn't even perceive that at first. Okay, so here's a distributing valve, and that's great and fun. And the mythical light bulb underneath the cab for seeing how fast you're running at night. And we look over here, and we've got our stack of main reservoir, and then we've got the brake pipe, and then we've got the independent line that goes with a fitting that is then at an awkward angle that then dives that way. It's fine. It's fine. 75 horse case. Recently, the case had a majority of its butt reassembled. Memories of the other recent stream. Ah, yes. The sound of my suspension breaking alerts the... Oh, that was so fucking funny. I'm glad I saw somebody clip that. Thank you, because that was a very... It was not me that's like... I did not come up with that on the fly. That was the beautiful, beautiful brain of one of the viewers who top chatted that to me. It's very funny. All right, we've moved to vertice, Tristan. Shut up. Shut up. All right. How many... Oh, sweet. This is already an 8-sided guy. Oh, I want that view. Sorry, I'm going to ignore the chats for a brief second here while we actually get a little something done. Oh, this is gonna be an annoying elbow to make. I need to make it straight and then bend it to my will. That sounds right, doesn't it? Whatever, I'll do that. You know, one of these days I will make... Alec and I were talking about the potential of making a standard parts library for pipe fittings, and it's like, yeah, we probably should do that. Have I done that? No. Will we do that? Maybe Alec will. Alec made a ton of really great standard parts for his stuff, which I just have not. I did not do that. That's about 90. Alright, so then we grab just those guys, and now we can squingle them into the Denver and Rio Grandes. Why did you pipe this way? Which, you know, fair enough, I'm complaining about it, but when you've got to pipe around these other two pipes and the blowdown, and you've got to, like, dodge everything out of each other's way, I get it. Baron Van Dragon... will the painful cleaning of the ash pan of the K-37 be successfully rendered? Jokes aside, have a pleasant evening. Ah, goodness. Again, I know you're making a joke, but for the uninitiated, yeah, getting an air wand into that narrow gap of an ash pan that has a vertex that I need to go fix, apparently. That's fine. Getting something in there to clean it sucks. It gets ash everywhere. It's kind of genuinely a terrible experience. But at the same time, it's like, that is something your hostler does. And we've really endeavored to make the game be about operating the trains. So, no, you will not have to go through and clean fires and all that stuff. That would be an interesting other game, but we want to focus on train crew lived experience, and that is something that the hostlers do, and you show up and the engine's hot and ready and costs $5, right? Little Caesars, the locomotive experience. I was about to say that these ones won't give you as bad a poops, but if things go wrong, they'll give you worse ones, so on average, who knows? Max Shamp. There we go. There's our Union. Good man, good pirate. Rest Gear 556. He also paid a visit to the Rock Rest in honor of the birth of Mystery Citrus. Good man, good pirate. If you sat out on the balcony, the patio, a couple tables out from the edge, that was where it went down. But anyway, God, that was... It's hard to believe how long ago that was already. Do I have thickness to my walls? It's an important question to ask. Yes, I do. Okay, let's see. I wish I could easily see where that blowdown handle is. There it is. Because we're gonna be like right up in its way. Oh, we did not end up right up in its way. Oh, because I went at the pivot point, not at the Fargan handle. God, I forgot about that. How could you forget about that? How could you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Half the time when you blow it out on the engineer's side, you're like trying not to ram your hand into the mountain cock with the blowdown handle. So yeah, that our whole little assembly we've just made there needs to scooten the backen. I've also realized, well, my floor is not thick enough because I don't have the fish racks done. So so many more things to do. But that pipe comes in vaguely in the same goddamn spot, because of course it does. Although it leans the other way in actuality, but do we fully assume that all of the Rio Grande were drunks, or do we make it actually look somewhat okay? Always a question. I think I do want to do that, though, and then give it a slight rotation there. Because it kicks out from the wall a fair bit first. And it goes up above the blowdown handle. It goes within like 3 deck boards of the window at the top of the valve. But 4 deck boards down. Oh, it's like almost under the seat is where the pipe ends. So like there'sville. And then it's pretty obvious that this whole handle here almost needs to be like rotated the other way. For the good of your engineer's hand. Okay, then we've got a Union, a Street L, the cutout valve, straight up a Street L, Union, back down at the floor. I was considering, for the guitar opener that we did for this stream, I was considering playing this song, but then I realized I didn't remember the guitar solo. It's been a couple years since I recorded it, and it was a guitar solo that I just off the cuff did. Sometimes you like sit down and like write a guitar solo and like gonna do this, and then sometimes you just vibe one and it sounds really cool, and then you go, well, shit. I could relearn it, but it was like 30 seconds before stream staring at what I could potentially play. Birds! Birds! Thank you! Unsurprisingly, not a lick of excitement out of these boys. They're both back there, but it's fine. Okay, let's...
Hello.
Oh, hey, Druzy. I was just gonna do some top chats.
Oh, okay.
Lo-Fi Camping Guy. Would it work to have a 6-chime whistle of a VA3, but with a higher or lower octave on the second set of 3? Really powerful VAC 3 sounds rad in theory. You'd have a hell of a time actually getting that tuned properly to play the chord right across that much range. You could bet for full quill, and that could be really cool, but you'd have to, you'd have to balance it for one or the other, because the chime disparity would be so big. So I want to say that it's already got 1 octave in it, so you'd be talking about getting 4 octaves of the same note somehow, which means you're talking about like at minimum
Double power chord.
A double power chord, like 4 times the. You could, but it would not necessarily.
Ain't
be
nobody got hands
straightforward.
that can do that.
Exactly. Malcolm Young could though, but anyways.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yearly Gymnast 98. What in the Colorado fried fuck is a fish rack? That would be the floor of the cab, which is made out of a kind of a obnoxious lattice to try and keep things cleaner or something, or to make a fun fucking Pachenko machine to drop, bolts and wrenches into. It's not just a solid floor. In that exact Colorado Railroad Museum devlog about the 491 from 2014 that I am in as a child. I was a legal adult, but I was a child. In that exact video, if you watch the original one from the museum and the whole thing, one of our woodworkers then described making these for that. So, and you can see them out. But the thought is, if you remove the seats, they actually lift up and over the pedestal. So then you can then clean underneath and whatever, and then put them back. So it's kind of like a false floor. But it looks like a fish rack, so we call it a fish rack, because we can't call anything by the official term. Jed Brown, what would you recommend for someone who's interested in volunteering at a railroad museum but does not have one close enough to easily travel to? That's challenging. There are a lot of cool groups that do work sessions that are like, oh, travel to this. There may or may not be accommodations on site or easier accommodations. And they do work sessions where it's like, hey, come out for a week and get your volunteering in for the year. Friends of the Cumbres and Toltec, Friends of the East Broad Top. There's probably a lot more than that too, but yeah. The Trekkie Gaming just drove back from Durango with some potential fun news later down the line. Otherwise, met someone who donated something cool to the Durango and Silverton. Keep your ears open for something short. Cool. We like the sounds of all these things. I have unfun news from Durango. I'm not going to get to go play trains this summer, but it's fine. I will, as I told Tristan, I will square my debt with Jones. I mean, the Durango and Silverton at some point in my life. It wasn't the best timing right now, anyways. But I'm gonna do the thing at some point. It's just a question of when. And honestly, the fact that I'm not doing it this summer means that Century Steam won't be delayed. So anyway, some redneck. Hey Heist, currently playing Railroader with Skookum's mod. Speaking of Century Steam, will there be scenarios of bad quality coal, oil, wood? We've talked about this. Largely our feelings on it are no. And I think that there may be potential for it, and we'll kind of get player feedback on that, because that's a really easy thing to model. But that is just a situation that is just negative, and there's no real benefit to, like, it's like, you're just gonna have a shit fucking day in the game from a random number generator. Like, I understand that there's some people who might want that, and yes, that's very realistic, but at the same time, it's like, man, that's alright, roll the dice, now your day sucks. Like, that doesn't give a fun experience in a video game to us. Though, yes, realistic and obviously happens. But I don't know. We'll kind of get there. Obviously, again, easy enough to simulate down the road if we, if there's a great desire for that. So, Josh is in chat. Great. There you go. It's called a fish rack because it looks like the wooden grates that baggage cars had for allowing ice to melt and drain away when carrying perishable foods, like fish. Josh is a font of knowledge once again. Thank you, my friend. Ace Briggs, other than the risk of hot tires slipping around or off the driver's centers, wouldn't warm tires arguably give better traction than cold steel? I think you might be right if they were slightly more malleable. But if you're to the point that the steel is slightly more malleable, I think you've already fallen off the wheel center. If I was a betting man, to noticeably get a more pliable, like, grip from the tire, I would bet you've already slipped the tire by the time the steel's hot enough to notice that benefit. If I had to guess. But material properties wise, I think you're right. But that's me. That's a heist hypothesis, to steal a term from my girlfriend. That is not me knowing for sure. Void Elder, there's the set of birds. Thank you so much. Jordan Freeman, hey Jersey, can I borrow your fridge?
Just borrow?
Different
Wow.
deal than buy it.
I mean, sure. I guess.
There you go. Void Elder, engineer 27 months. I hope everyone's having a good time where you are. Thank you. I had decibel therapy earlier. I'm doing great right now. This is the biggest smile I've had in several months. Well, in a month. Since the charter, probably. Got the other side of me brain itched. And Sweetwater told me that my drum heads are finally shipping, because they had to wait for a Shocker Checks Notes 28-inch diameter bass drum head to come back in stock. It's fine. And I've got a new acoustic installation, so when I finally have 4 seconds for myself, I'm going to build more acoustic panels and start recording music down here. It'll probably be after vacation, because I've got shit to get done between now and then. But I'm going to have all the things, and they'll all be in this ADHD basement of doom, and good things will happen soon. And you will see them on the internets. Before I record my second album, I guess it's my second album, technically. Not the second album I've been on. My second album that I'm making an album and it's not for a video game. Before I start recording that, I want to record some covers and stuff, like actual, not shitposty covers, as a whole band and stuff. So, just to kind of learn the space and the sounds and get better at mixing and such. So, lots of smiles, because the music side of me brain's finally getting all the things. Anyway, Joey the Cat, the North Star Equipment Texas vacation has begun. How about that? 75 horse case on the subject of Penzi duplexes. Would a Climax beat them in terms of being maintenance hogs? So 75 horse case. There are two concepts in engineering when you talk about fatigue. There is high cycle fatigue and low cycle fatigue. High cycle fatigue is the T1. Low cycle fatigue. Actually, the Climax would undergo a lot of high cycle fatigue that'd be really bad because of all the vibration. But that is a fantastic question. But I bet a Climax working as hard as the T1, like both of them doing tonnage, I bet you the Climax throws more parts. But anyway.
I guarantee you, going the same speed, the Climax takes it.
Yeah. The only time the Climax locomotive's top speed is lower than the speed at which the T1 develops its actual full power stroke synchronization. Think about that. The Climax going Mach fuck is the T1 still only running on one side of each engine. Because there's a great paper out there that the UP did that I've come across before, and I've used it as research and reference before for I don't know what. But they talk about the point at which you can validly utilize and understand tractive effort assumptions and everything and all the tonnage calculations, and it gets to a point of assuming where you're getting actual power output vaguely constant from both sides of the engine doing the thing, right? Not when are we developing full power? No, when can you assume that yes, we have two pistons that are always getting power strokes? And their assertion was 15 miles an hour asterisk for a locomotive with 62-inch drivers for some of their more average freight power. So you think, okay, 62-inch drivers, those are not quite double the size of 346s, but damn near close. And then you think 346, about 6 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour? Yeah, that sounds about right. You think the big Ks, okay, 8, 9, 10 mile an hour? Okay. You think the fucking T1? Okay, 20, 22 miles an hour? Ain't no Climax going that fast. So, anyway. Jed Brown, would aluminum tires give better traction for the 30 seconds they would last? are there any other materials that could potentially be used reasonably? Aluminum, those would only last 30 seconds. Would they give better traction? You'd have more contact patch as they squish. So, briefly, but then the profile would be wrong and then you'd be stuck. So, no, I don't even think you'd get much work out of it. Any other material? I mean, you could probably make wheels out of titanium, but why? Yes, I would like the most expensive locomotive in the world, please. Andrew Frame, re-climax maintenance? Yes. Just yes. Yeah. Yeah, you guys probably maintained that fucking thing more than the Penzi maintained a T1 and you ran it in tourist service. Yearly Gymnast 98, hearing y'all laugh at my jokes brings much serotonin. I'm glad that's what we're for. Cross of Bayon, hey Heist, are you gonna see the 4014? I almost got a cab ride out of Cheyenne on it. Almost.
You what?
Yeah. First, it was a, hey, keep your schedule open if you can, we'll do it. But then, you know, hey, it's the start of the tour, and then media and whatever. And also, you know, being reasonable and protecting the brand. I understand. Ed said, you know, like, oh, you can't film. It's not for Heist. I'm like, well, it would be cool to go ride the big boy, but, like, I don't want to drive to fucking Cheyenne and not be able to film it. Like, come on. Everyone wants to see that. But anyway, am I going to go see it at some point? Probably on the eastern leg of its tour, because I'm going to be gone when it comes back to Cheyenne.
I'm either very much going to see it on the Eastern tour, or I'm not at all going to fucking see it on the Eastern
tour. One of the two. Jordan
I
Freeman, the climax.
I
hope you don't see it either. The climax hits max speed when thrown off of a cliff. We know this to be true. 75 horse case. Pardon the one-cylinder geared world mind. It's understandable. That's all right. Bean BTTF3, speaking of the Penzi T1, the Trust mentioned 5550 will be showcased in every shrouding they had, which is my favorite or preferred and why. I like the full streamlined look, personally. I think it looks, I like fast going still.
I like the... Why is my thing yelling at me? I like the late look of them.
Where they're kind of stripped down?
Deshrouded. Because of the keystone being on the prow. That is what does it. Like,
represent the keystone.
Yeah, man.
That is a pretty good look.
You don't need to do a lightning round. Can I go get some beer?
Yeah, go get some beer.
Okay.
Lo-Fi Camping Guy, if a 4-wheel lead truck is more stable than 2, would a 6-wheel lead truck give even more stability, or would have diminishing returns of some kind? Absolutely diminishing returns. You only saw those kinds of things on the Penzi because, I don't know, the standard railroad of the world. That's the way they be. But yeah, I mean, it's the question of you've gone from having one informative point to 2, and then adding a third gives you a little bit more and a little bit larger radius, but you can achieve the same thing with a longer 4-wheel lead truck in some capacities. And at a certain point, it comes more about bearing weight, which is not the point of the lead truck. So some people did it, of course, though, but the Russians built a 414-4, so what are you going to do? How did I manage to do that? Alright, sorry Top Chats. I'm gonna move some verts for a second here. I hope you'll understand. It's for the good of the model train. 3D model train. God, I'm still fucking jazzed up from getting to play with my loud thing. It's very good. We like these things. There's a better way to do that. One thing that... He's back!
Hello.
One thing that I've learned in Blender is that there are many ways to skin the cat.
Don't do that.
Oh, not you guys, sorry.
It was like Christmas. I thought I only had 2. I had 3.
Kind of like that. Well, mine looks less Goblin Core than the Rio Grandes, but what else is new? Okay.
We've had a whole thing today about that on ours.
Why am I not surprised?
It's like, oh, well, this part makes sense. It makes too much sense.
What do you mean it makes sense?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make this a simpler arrangement than it is. Doodar, doodar.
Ooh.
Bless you. That was a good one.
Ooh.
It's like, I already have cutout cocks modeled. It's the wrong size, but thankfully it'll scale and it will look just fine.
Ugh.
Did you guys just tie up for the night, or?
He's doing a couple more pipe. Dude, we are... What happens when you lock 2 people in a room that don't know
rubber room?
technical ins and outs?
Filled with rats.
A rubber room full of coal. And the coal makes me crazy.
Yes, that.
But yeah, you lock 2 idiots in a room, both of whom don't exactly know what a steam engine exactly works like. And then you get pain. You get insurmountable pain. Because you were there. You know.
The lid.
You know what happens. The lid, Patrick. The lid.
The lid happens.
The lid.
You know, the annoying thing is that those go the other way, so we're just going to...
Tristan. God damn it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I could pull the meme up on stream, but I don't think it would make any sense for literally anyone
You gotta
else.
do it. I think you should anyway.
This is what has us killed. Pipe.
Oh, there he is.
Pipes make me crazy.
Crazy. Were you crazy once?
They locked me in a room, a 6ET break-shaped room, and the 6ET makes me crazy.
Since it's now public, do you think we could pull up the area of pain for the public?
I
Just
could get
the
a photo.
area of pain.
Yeah, Alec, by the way, are you seeing stream? Or I guess I could stream in Discord too.
Yes, I am seeing stream.
When I was talking about the fact that the main reservoir gauge, or the main reservoir to the governor line needs to go to a different port,
Yeah.
this is the port I meant.
Yeah,
Oh, the
we
little...
didn't do that today.
Rather
we
than
didn't-
teeing, we
we
did
didn't
it.
get
We
there
did it a
yet.
couple days ago, and I told you to tee it in on one of these ones, but it actually goes here.
Yeah,
I was confused because the diagram
the
showed
one to
the,
the governor?
underside of the G6 or the H6.
Hold on, the one to the governor, you said?
Yeah, the one to the governor, the main reservoir one to the governor.
All right, I see that. Let me move those temporarily over, and then I will get a screenshot I will warn. If we decide to bring it up on stream, I will warn the chat that a lot of the piping is very much not final. But oh my god,
It's fine. With the whole engine's not done, so
Here, I'll.
everything's not final technically.
Yeah, here, let me.
As Kenosha gently taunts us in the background.
Pretty much.
Here.
It's fine. Hey, look at that! A burp
Here we go.
and mountain cock.
That's what that looks like currently.
That is
For the
somebody touch my spaghetti. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that there's like how many photos of the cap? Not many.
We
Like,
have all of them.
we have all of them.
every single one ever taken.
This it's public knowledge now. It's out on the YouTubes. Tell us what engine it is. It's the one Alex working on. When I alluded to me having now finally understood 6ET because I had to help somebody else through it, this is what I meant.
Yes. So this is East Broad Top Railroad and Coal Company 14 and 15, Baldwin 1232 and 1/4 E.
Big
Doing all
necklace
of them.
engine.
Company.
All of the piping from like a handful of photos is really fun. How much hair
No,
have we
not
lost?
16, chat. 14 and 15.
14, 15, the one with wall shirts valve gear.
Oh, here's something you didn't get in the video. We have a time tracker that tracks just how much time we spend actually working. Do you want to know how many fucking hours we've dumped into it?
I can run the math again.
Yeah,
It
go
was
pull
an
it up. Let's read it
was
off.
It was a significantly. Also, it only tracks when I actually move vertices
Yep.
in Blender, so I should clarify that. But
No.
we're as of right now, we are at 375 consecutive hours
Of
work,
literally
just-
manipulating vertices.
just moving vertices.
Not
Yep.
the
375
for every like a second you spend moving vertices, you spend 4 seconds staring at the model and about 12 seconds staring at the fucking reference.
Yeah, that's the insane part. Researching anything takes the longest amount of time because, like,
I don't ever want to look at this engine again, except for, like, look, it's in the fucking game.
Yes, It has been a lot of work, and staring at ancient.
Oh, Midland, I
grainy
see you
photos.
over there. We are damn well aware of where that fucking throttle rod goes. I want to throttle whoever put the throttle rod there.
That would be Baldwin.
That would be Baldwin. Thanks, Baldwin. Very cool. It's been a lot of fun. It's been an education working on it, but deciphering where a singular pipe goes at one singular point in time, and then determining which pipe arrangement we should do because the piping changes between rebuilds. Fun fact for chat there. Piping will change with rebuilds. Because sometimes pipes break and they have to literally you smack it with a hammer or bend it over something. You know, it takes forever.
That is one of the things that a
painful.
lot of folks who do like model railroad stuff,
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing don't pick up. And like, no harm, no foul. I'm not like trying to judge, but it's the
No,
reality
yeah,
of
it's like-
keeping a steam locomotive running. Like,
Yep.
some of the stuff is not holy. Like some of the things, the overall look, the importance of the like detail, like
Yeah,
a lot of the stuff
important
is
stuff is
super
right.
key. But like piping, but dude, just look,
Oh, yeah,
just,
the-
just look at sister classes at the same time and just fucking, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. There's only 2 of these sons of bitches. And
Uh-huh. No.
Oh my God.
I hate this. I hate this. I want it to be over. I want to not comprehend these horrors. They were beyond my comprehension. They were forced into my comprehension, and now I can't get them out of my comprehension.
All right.
Let me get a whole render for chat because like this could be
Dude,
fun.
if the broad top needs an extra set of hands putting 15 back together, you give me a call. I can do that shit with my eyes closed now.
You know, I believe that.
Shut Shut up, Tom. I see you in the fucking...
Just around the pipe prouder. The internet is not something you just dump something on. It's
Dump
not a
something
big
on,
truck.
It's
It's a series of pipes.
Series of tubes.
We are getting there, but oh my god, is it a lot of work.
These are
It is a
olds.
ridiculous amount of work.
Oh, look, and Dan
Yep,
had a
you guys
cutout
are gonna
on, like,
love
a
this
skull.
shit. You guys don't like the EBT? You will. You will. Okay? It's not a choice. You're gonna.
Hold on. I'm pulling up a render. Eventually, whenever my computer decides to like actually do a render.
It's very pretty, and we worked
That's good
very
enough.
hard on it, and you're gonna like it. Hey, Jersey, you still want to build number 11? I don't
No.
know at this point.
Yeah, would you
No.
like to do this, but physically instead of digitally?
Here, there you
I
go.
don't
VC
know.
text. That's what it looks like. It's moved a lot since the flag stop went live.
It's very pretty.
Lizard.
It's very pretty.
yeah,
We like our choo-choo.
a lot more to choo choo now, and it more accurate to Okay, I do actually have it configured as 14 somewhat. Do I have
It does look
configured as
great.
14? Yes. Thank you.
But
It is.
look at it.
Look at it! Look at
It's
it!
coming together.
Look at it! I want all of you to look at it. Okay. Have a good
Oh
night,
my
Jordan.
God.
I'm gonna go through some top
good.
chats, and then I need to do a tinkle, so there will be a lightning round. But
Okay,
anyway,
more beer.
lizard. Anyway, let's see. We did the shrouding. We did the four-wheel lead truck. Some redneck. I'll gladly break that climax speed record if you could operate one. Not if you're footing the maintenance bill. Jed Brown, Mark Ed said, "Don't film, not don't brag. Never ask and never say no, because I hate wasting $5 curse thought tungsten tires because dumb. That would be dumb, but it would be neat. But it would be dumb.
Adds track of effort, or adds factor of adhesion.
Exactly. 94 Chevy. Had this random thought while driving home from work. Rear-wheel drive cars are basically road-going Heislers, while front-wheel drive cars are really confused Shays.
Huh?
Oh,
What?
I hate that he's right.
Wait, what did you say?
I hate that he's right.
confused.
A rear-wheel drive car is like a Heisler, and a front-wheel drive
Yep.
car is like a Shay. A really confused
no.
Shay.
But they're all-wheel drive.
No?
Well, a Shay is, but if you think of the drive shafts
Oh, no.
and how it can...
Okay.
I see you. I see the logic.
trying to
No.
parse
Here's the
this
thing.
together in
A
my head.
mid-engined, all-wheel drive car is a Heisler.
Well,
Oh my god,
Shay-
Heisler's an Audi R8.
Yeah, Heisler's an Audi R8. Yeah.
Somebody's slapping an Audi badge on a Heisler right now. Alright.
And then,
Or
wait,
somebody sending some
wait a minute,
birds
wait a
right
minute.
now.
If we're likening engines to cars, oh, it's gonna get worse. Shays, so specifically a Class B Shay with Class B with a 3-cylinder and all-wheel drive. Think about this, if you will. Toyota GR Yaris, 3-cylinder turbo with all-wheel drive. Come on,
Christ.
am I right?
You might be right.
Well, here's something terrible for you. A speeder's white notation would be 220BD for belt drive.
Okay, I have to pee. So, like, I know I said I was going to do the top chats, but this conversation is not stopping anytime soon. Godspeed.
Yep, okay.
I will be right back.
Lightning round. Don't worry, I'll do top chats. Alright, you're trapped in here with me now, nerds. Ugh. Alright, what you got tonight? What do you guys have for me here tonight? Jersey, thoughts on the 7.5 inch gauge big boy made in the garage.
It's
Good
pretty
luck.
impressive.
Good luck building that.
Yeah, that's a big
Hi,
engine.
Jersey. Hello. Wow, chat's actually being kind of nice tonight. I probably spoke too soon. Man. My fridge running? Yep. What if your name was Jerzamiah? My name is Zach. I like my name. Jersey, grapes or cherries? Which is best fruit? I like cherries more. Pick 2 narrow gauge steam engines to race each other. Go, go, go. East Broad Top 11 and West Side 15. Jersey, can we have 80-ton porter with Alco motor?
Hold on, what was the
What,
answer
19?
to this? What was the answer to this?
Two engines to race each other. I picked Broad Top 11 and West Side 15.
No, the one to race would
No,
be the
shut
big.
up. Shut up. Shut up. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we have 80-ton porter with Alco motor? I know you're asking for the 19. Ask Tristan. Tristan likes the 19. Hi, hey Jersey. Hello. Good job, Jersey. You cursed yourself. It looks fine. Chat looks fine. Will you do another stream soon? I really enjoy them. I just had to pay taxes on last year's stream, so yeah. Greetings, Jersey, from your neighbor, from Pennsylvania. Hello. Jersey, everyone always asks for your fridge, but no one ever asks, how is your fridge? It's holding in there.
Fridge is chilling.
Let's see. Jersey, you had a good day? I hope so. Keep up the good work on the pipe hell. Yep, we're trying. EBT 17 or 18? I like 18 more. I like the big headlight. Big headlight. Jersey, what's your speed record on Railroader from Malarca to Silva? My name's Zach, too. I need to find the actual time. I'll get to Wiggs's. Jersey, are you aware that the U.S. Sugar 148 was once a Blue Comet? Fun fact I learned today. It was not a Blue Comet engine. It did a Blue Comet fan trip on the CNJ. Jersey, address and amount and or model locomotives for story. I already said $5,000.
What story?
The story. Telling it live. Jersey is one of the individuals of all time. Yes, I know. Thank you. Unlimited tractive effort, but no great, or great. Unlimited great, but no great. Thank you, Tom. Can we have a narrow gauge refrigerator car with Jersey Central on the side? Maybe. There is, I will neither confirm nor deny the existence of an ABA set of shovel noses that say Central Railroad of Jersey in the tangerine and blue. Jersey is...
Are you spoiling that already?
I didn't confirm or deny it, okay?
I guess
EBT,
we did.
M1 and CLS could be dope.
We did show the shovels in a vlog, didn't we? I see
an interesting question, and I actually have to answer it. Has anyone done a diesel-powered Shay? Yes, and at least one still exists.
We know this to be true, unfortunately.
We know this to be true. I can actually go get a photo of it. Hold on.
Question from Midland. On a serious note, how is EBT 14 coming? Not that 14, the other 14. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? How long is it going to take for you to paint the Brass Pacific you just got? You got a few $1,000 because that's how much it costs. So it'll happen when I have a few $1,000 to spare. Could Erie 3 Chime still exist? I hope. Jersey, we had a heist special. When's the Jersey special excursion? When my car is fixed, I will slap decals on the side and do a countrywide tour like the 4014. How about that? Jersey, thanks for answering my T1 thing. Prefer the late production look too. I'm glad to be in the Founders Club and hopefully see everyone there when it's done. Hell yeah, dude. Hey Jersey, have you seen what happened to SP770? Is that the 282 that they painted like shit? Jersey, what if you had your own football style jersey? I do! Shout out Operation Toy... Well, it's baseball, actually, but I do have a jersey with my last name on it. Courtesy of Operation Toy Train. Well, courtesy, I paid for it, but Operation Toy Train. It's a cool thing. Go check it out! Shameless plug. Note to Jersey, RMT made a CNJ Blue Comet Ale Woodside Reefer and O-Gauge. It is on my eBay watch list. I want to buy one of those. Jersey, would you like a 1995 Nathan Airchime K3LA for said vehicle? Yes. Yeah, I'll put that on a Subaru. Hell yeah. Jersey, I wouldn't do a road trip with how gas prices are. Pain. I know. Well, so if things go well, I won't have a choice in the matter. Jersey, what is the worst paint scheme you have ever seen? You know, New Haven McGinnis, but the original New Haven McGinnis where it's yellow instead of orange. That was on the 1EP5. Jersey, have you seen the two brass K5s on eBay? I have. They are both on my watch list. Again, I don't have the money for it, but you know. Jersey, you ever heard of the game Vintage Story? Yes, Alice in Chains gifted that game to me. I have yet to play it. Yes, Jersey, it is that Mikado, and I have unfortunately... Okay, that's 771. Yeah, it's bad. Jersey, favorite Sumter engine? 19. Duh. Alco... It's a Tiny Valley 40. I love that thing. Jersey, did the RGS have...
No, they did. I can answer that one. No, they did not have. They did not have it all.
I'll DM you, Jersey, with deets if you're serious trying to sell it. I do not have the money for a K3LA, bro. I'm gonna be real. I don't have the money for it. Plus, I already owe someone some money for a Crosby 5-inch 3-chime. Jersey, any plans for Huckleberry things in August?
Lizard.
I don't know. My year is very up in the air. Hopefully that'll be sorted out in the next few weeks. Let's see, the RGS what is it gonna be? Oh, it's no Tango De Niro. Thank you, Tom. Jersey, is the cheese still under the sauce? I don't know, Mark. Is the cheese still under the sauce?
In Detroit style and also the 4005, yes.
Yeah, okay. Jay Hersey. Trend. Thank you, Pat. Jersey, what do you think of the US ATC 060s? Not the USRA ones. The tank engines? Well, or the tank engines or the S155s? There's a big thing there. You know. What do you mean? A North African or European swallow? Jersey, what if I told you 20 might join 19? Oh, that's Lizard. Lizard this man.
Lizard.
My Stream Deck is not happy about life. It's very delayed.
Hey Jersey, Hey Jersey, are you real? I think, therefore I'm not. Jersey, are you coming to a place with things and stuff at the beginning of May? If it lines up. If things go well and it lines up, yes. That's still very up in the air, but again, it depends on the next like 2-3 weeks. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because if it goes any longer than that, then it becomes the impossible task. The S155s, I love the S155s. I think they're really cool. I've seen the Woodstown number 9 quite a bit.
That's an S155?
Cool engine. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Thoughts on Kahului 5? Is that the 242? Or no? Kahului 5? I know Kahului 12. That's the other prairie. Jersey, how many pairs of sunglasses can you stack before you lose balance? My record is 73.8. I have never done that in my entire life, so yeah. I like that 242. It is the 242 you're talking about. It is cool. 12 is rotting outside, you know. Yeah, I don't think it's rotting unless, well, I haven't seen it in 3 years now, but
Steel doesn't really rot.
Yeah, I hope that 12 gets a new home because it seems like Georgetown's not gonna fucking run it. Poor thing. I do like that engine. I have my gripes with that engine, but I do like that engine.
I'm sitting here running pipes to this fucking distributing valve, not realizing if I actually have it properly positioned on the locomotive. Oops.
Yep.
Oopsie.
Um,
And it sits
There
very,
was a
very,
really-
very far outboard. Further out than you'd think.
Someone's claiming that they broke an axle on 12 years ago, at the loop, I presume.
You know, I want to say I've actually
Is it-
heard that.
Well, if you know better than I, you're like fucking 10 minutes from the place. Oh, here's something fun for you guys. Did you know that all three places I could regularly go and visit and put my hands on stuff are equidistant in time traveled and wildly different in distance from my house? It takes 6 hours by train to get to Port Jervis to volunteer for Toy X. It takes 6 hours by road to get to the East Broad Top to volunteer with the Friends. And it takes an hour on train, 3 hours in the air, and an hour on the road to get to the Colorado Railroad Museum. Actually, that means that's 5 hours, and that would be the fastest one. Weird. Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Okay, Como. Someone's saying that Como might have their prairie done. That'd be neat.
I've been
I
working
like that
on it.
one.
It's neat.
Is Jersey Bro in Colorado now, or is he still acting as the buffoon in charge on the East Coast? I'm still buffoon in chief out here. Actually, it's baboon in chief. Thank you. I am not human. I am just a very large, hairless ape. Let's see. Someone's asking our opinions on Bach Lumber Company #1, that little 042 that pulled that fucking auto rack that one time.
The things that
ADD.
that stunt was funny as fuck. The locomotive itself, I know nothing about.
It's cute.
It is cute. Little dude.
Making fajita pizza. Want some? I prefer to stick to normal pizzas. Thank you, though. Someone's asking you if they can have my house.
I'm not his keeper. Thank you, though. I know. I also
Yeah.
need to get back to my actual top chats. I'm sitting here just being like, I want to get this pipe
Yep.
in place.
Oh, someone was there the day that they broke 12's axle.
Okay, I was like,
Son of a
I
bitch.
feel like I've heard that story before, but
Thoughts on Santa Fe 3460 class? Those are the Super Hudsons. Those are cool. I like those. 84-inch drivers under those sons of bitches. How do you feel about trains? I hate trains. Fucking hate them.
why did it have to be trains?
No idea what he said.
Anyway, before I try to hammer this T fitting in together, I want to make sure I got everyone while I was gone. 75 horse case, crazy! Yes, that's how far back we are. Physicist, Gunzel? I was a Gunzel once. They locked me in a workshop. A railway workshop of locomotives. And locomotives made me a Gunzel. There you go. Slandered Stone! Oh boy, that was far up there. Lamp is red now. 36 months of fireman. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Love the K37 as always. Good luck with the cab detail hell. Have a good stream. Thank you. Dog Boy, time lapse of your studio makeover, and I lost the game. Oh, that's like, I haven't thought about doing that. It would be easy to toss a GoPro up though the days that I do it. Why not? It'd be fun. And we could put it on the second channel for a second piece of content this year. 94 Chevy. Oh yeah, we already talked about. Do you want to build another number 11? I already said goodnight to Jordan. AJ Rep 1994 with the set of birds. Thank you very much. We appreciate being blessed with birds. Thank you for being an engineer 21 months. 75 horse case. The JD 2-cylinder is like a Climax or any other cross-mounted engine tractor, pretty much, except better balanced. Some redneck. Oh, that was for Jersey. I'll toss you $5. I assume you talked about the speed record.
Money.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. I talk about it a lot.
If you have to go to a place, I will be tossing you money. So.
Oh, well, yeah.
James Denning. Hi, Heis. Hello, James. Baron Van Dragon, Diesel Shan Real Trains. Go take a look at it. Hellhound Railways. Hey, Heis. You found this at your local antique shop in Maumee, Ohio, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. Where may I send you the picture? Email it to me or DM me. Oh, shit. Speaking of Ohio things, I have a thing that I need to open that's in the background still. Damn.
You have to open something?
I don't have to open it on stream, but I was sent to by Jason of all humans an eBay listing for a Huber manufacturing company coal scoop. So I bought that shit like that. So it's cool. Gotta celebrate the lineage, you know?
Yeah.
Alright.
Are you caught up?
Yeah, actually, that was it. Oh, James Patterson, Jeep fan, fireman 46 months. Ohio, the odd-shaped state. High in the middle and round on the ends.
Shut up, Jimmy. Damn it.
Literally, shut up, Jimmy.
Okay, hold on. We got more Jersey questions.
Then do them. That means I can model more.
Jersey, never seen anything Star Trek. Is the Orville a good starting... Shut up. Hey, Jersey, which is better, T-38 or T-40? Objectively, the T-40, but I like the T-38s a little bit more. Jersey, is your washing machine belt drive or direct drive? I don't know.
I don't know that. Ooh, bless you.
Someone says, I think we should have a 20-minute Jersey grilling Q&A every stream. Okay, sure, whatever. Jersey, are you the foamer version of Schlatt? That is what got me here. That is the joke that got me into the position I am in now. It was 3 years ago when people started making the joke that I was Jay Schlatt in Mark's server. They were like, you're like, people were convinced that I was fucking Jay Schlatt. I still don't hear it. Like, but it got to the point that, like, I became known for being the knockoff Jay Schlatt, to the point where, for months, my name in there was... Yeah, Monkey. For months in there, my name was oh my god.
Welder go burr.
Welder
How would you like to get the brake cylinder pressure? I don't know. Let's just do this.
Yup.
Stupid.
So, yeah, but people called me Fake Schlatt for like a solid year before I was like, my identity is Jersey now. And that's how Jersey started, because it's my username, Jersey Central 833. Okay.
Time is fake.
75 Horse Case says, tossing funds at somebody sounds intriguing. I told you, $5,000, you'll get the story. You'll get the story and you'll save Mark's ass if things happen. Okay? So think about that. You're think of it like giving Mark about, I don't know, $2,000 and me $3,000, okay? Like someone says they sent you a request on Discord. It's Ash Hellhound. And more questions from... Oh my god, a lot more questions from me. Jersey,
this
hot
is the
dogs or
problem with
hamburger?
me opening my fucking Discord on stream, though, is because everyone's like, he's live! I'm gonna send him a message! And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read 30 fucking Discord DMs while I'm on stream, guys. I love and appreciate it, but it's like every stream this happens, and it's like, oh, sorry, Ash, I need to kick someone else off my friends list, because I'm out of space again. We'll deal with that after stream. Sorry. They only let you have 1,000 friends.
Jesus Christ, Mark! Holy shit!
Well, when I gatekeep talking to me by being friends on Discord, that's a whole thing. So.
Hot dogs or hamburgers? Hamburgers. Boxers or briefs?
You mean
I'm not answering that.
You don't got that dog in you? That Costco glizzy?
Okay. Okay, there's a tier list to this, all right? Like, an authentic New York hot dog or the Costco dog is above, like, McDonald's and shitty burgers, right? But, like, a really good burger, oh my fucking god. One of my favorite foods on earth.
Next time you're out here, Jersey, you'll have to be around my house on a Tuesday. Just saying. There's a place we need to go. How did I squingle that whole tea?
Is the furnace in your house coal-fired? It's an oil burner.
You converted your furnace to burn oil?
Yeah, Brett came down and did it. Don't ya know?
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Jersey, can I put EBT 15 in the fridge? They're a bit warm and need to cool down. I have a 14 on my shelf and it's doing just fine. Jersey, are you from Jersey? New Jersey? Yes. Jersey, what is the RPM of your microwave turntable? Shut up, dude. You know what? Next time I make a bag of popcorn, I am going to get you an answer. You mark my fucking words,
It's one
okay?
of the stupidest and most brilliant dumb questions I've ever heard on this channel.
That is amazing.
What is the RPM? I don't know that. What is the RPM of the microwave turntable?
I can look that up in about 5.
No, we need to do the exact make and model of my microwave. Okay?
No, we need to explore.
I'm going to film it. I'm going to film it, okay?
Do I not have another
Okay.
pipe tea on this fucking locomotive?
Jersey, are you from one of the places on the earth? Yep.
One of them.
Yeah. Jersey, how did that get through the filter? I'm not answering. I'm not even saying that out loud. Oh my god, bro.
Damn, bro.
Oh Jesus! Holy fuck!
wasted
The entire
process.
chat is just questions for me. Jersey, Ford, GM, or Mopar? Mopar or no car? With GM in second and Ford in dead fucking last. I hate Ford. Jersey, the J-Schlatt thing is because of the inflection on your voice and how you extenuate specific words. Great. Okay, I guess. Why can't we settle for Schlurzy?
Schlurzy.
Up, dude.
You have a couple more beers, you might be Schlurzy.
Yeah. Hey, Jersey, what is the wattage of your kettle for tea? I don't drink tea. Schlurzy represent. Jersey, when's the next heist chart? I'm not his fucking manager.
Leighton Moreland doesn't even know that.
Oh my god. Then there's a top chat for you. Have you ever thought about attaching a scoop handle to an actual cast iron skillet for K37 kitchen? Would you mind if I built and sent you one?
I was gonna say, people ask about have I thought about doing that all the time? And every time I'm like, that sounds like a really neat idea. That sounds like something my executive processing would not get done. You make me a coal scoop handle for a cast iron, I will use it. K37 kitchen is back, baby.
Fuck yeah. Can we make campaign posters of Jersey pointing at you where it says, I need you? I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. No hate. That's gay as fuck. That's... Jersey, are you lineage of Jersey Mikes? Yeah, I'm actually, Jersey Michael III. Jersey, how powerful are you? I'm not answering that on the stream.
I don't know, your power level might be over 9,000.
It might be, it's certainly over 833.
Well, you probably don't suffer from having British valve gear, so you're definitely over 9,000.
Yeah, that's true, very true. Coal-fired train burger Jersey. That's more of a Mark question than me. He's got access to the coal-burning trains.
It breaks my heart that it's like one of my favorite episodes of K37 Kitchen, and people are like, Mark, make a burger on the train. I'm like, motherfucker, I already did.
I did.
That's the problem with K37 Kitchen. Everyone's like, do K37 Kitchen, and I'm like, it does horribly as a series. My sponsor canceled me. Screams.
Jersey, real question. Do you know of any NDAM whistles for sale? I do not. However, I know where one is, and I don't think I told you this. I was recently at the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C., where they have 1401, the John Bull, and the Jupiter, the 818 440. And I noticed while I was there that the 818 has an NDAM 4 on it. The only one that I know to exist north of the border.
That's kind of rad.
I spent like a solid, and both Bupkis and Christian will like confirm this. I spent 5 minutes going, no fucking way, just staring at the thing.
And
No counting the chimes over and over and over and over. I was like, no.
4?
No.
Can't be 4. That's awesome. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Speaking of things that you should be surprised that exist, I heard about a very surprising set of parts that exists somewhere.
Really?
Where I don't know, and I don't know enough to ask. But there is the tumbling shaft and mount, new old stock from some dude named Mason. That exists.
No fucking way.
Like the over the top of the boiler casting everything. New old stock from Mason Machine.
Where? What?
Uh-huh.
How?
Say somebody I know was buying a different random Mason bogey part from said person and went, huh, I'll be damned. That's cool as shit. It's like, oh, things that I would not guess exist. So now I guess we need to make the Mason next, right?
Yep.
IRL, not for the video game.
Someone's asking us what our favorite burger places are.
I like, there is places that you can go, and then there are like places on Mount Rushmore that are like holy and supreme. And that's what I was alluding to earlier, Jersey. On Tuesdays only, not sponsored, but if you're in Golden, Colorado on a Tuesday for dinner and dinner only, they start serving at 4. They sometimes sell out by 5. The Snipe Burger at King of Wings.
Jesus.
The best thing I've put in my mouth. Like... literally. And I've shared a sausage with Dusty on stream.
That's true. My favorite place is Rudy's house.
Oh, I bet Rudy makes a good fucking burger.
Rudy makes a fucking incredible burger.
Rudy is a good chef. I know this to be true.
Yes, he is. Wings and Strings is is your thermostat halal?
Damn it, Tom! We were this close to water for the keyboard and screens and everything. Oh my god, and I'm like literally stone cold sober today.
Oh my god. That's fucking awesome. Oh my god.
Christ on a bike.
Where's your... I'll consult my friends on if
we gotta figure out if your thermostat has a cloven hoof.
Shut the fuck up! Jersey, if you ever find yourself in North Carolina, check out Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. I swear it's not a knockoff Hooters.
I don't know nothing about Daddy, but he bad.
Daddy, the top came off.
Shit.
You shut up.
Sheriff Buford T. Justice of Texas dies of stroke.
I will not confirm nor deny that I have a Discord embeddable version of that movie. I've been to North Carolina. The Southeast is a place I grew up going to a lot. I've been to Chattanooga a fair amount of times, Roanoke even more. Very familiar with 630, 4501, 611, 1218, all of them. Last time I was down in Roanoke, 2156 was still there, and it looks better looked better than it does now, it should have fucking
single
stayed.
tier.
Yep. Let's see. Jersey just sitting in front of his microwave with a stopwatch. That's what I'm going to do. Jersey, what's the surface area of the stove in which you possess? The correct answer is, what is the grate of my stove? Thank you.
You mean you converted your stove back to coal, but not your furnace?
No, it's an oil burner too.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure oil burners still have grate area. Technically, they don't have grates, but I think that's still a thing.
I don't think.
Or is it heating surface?
Well, I mean, they have heating surface for sure, but grate area.
Okay.
I don't think they would actually, because there's no grate upon which to have an area.
Yeah, that's true. How many watts does your fridge draw? I don't fucking know. Jersey, can I give you, if you want to give me your answer for the turntable there? DM me, bro. Rahway or Morristown? What? Wait. Rahway or Morristown? Morristown or Morristown? Well, I pronounce Rahway because that's how you pronounce Rahway, and Morristown is pronounced. So you know.
He does not know Rahway.
Shut the fuck up, Mark.
I used a meme. It was very effective.
That's a meme from like fucking 2018. Shut up. 8 years ago.
It's fine.
Yep. What is the threads per inch of the screws used to hold your toaster together? Fuck.
These questions are getting pretty esoteric, man.
Jersey, can I buy myself a brand new 1989 shitbox Mazda with your credit card? I know a guy with a shitbox Mazda.
We do in fact know about the shitbox Mazda, but it's a cool shitbox Mazda.
Jersey, I'm handling a demon core right now. Do I pry the two halves apart and let the top fall onto the bottom, or do I throw the core? Throw the core, man! If you're going to campaign, you should aim to emulate Tiny Freeman of MRSR fame. Mount Rainier Scenic? Do you guys have a thing?
They have at least an thing.
And thing, yep. Jersey, what is the cycle frequency of the fridge compressor? Fuck you.
What is
What
is the duty cycle of your fridge's compressor? Alright, let's take a quick break from the Jersey shit posting. As fun as it is, there's a couple more top chats we haven't gotten to yet.
Yep.
One of which is for you. Question from Matt
Great.
the Outcast. Question for Jersey. I believe you said previous stream that the Rock Island was a dumb railroad. Why was that not being confrontational, by the way? Just literally curious.
It is a dumb railroad. If you look at the routing of the Rock Island, it is out of the CB&Q, the Union Pacific, and the Santa Fe, and all the other railroads. It is by far the worst routed railroad through like all of that to Denver. Like Chicago to Denver railroads, it is the worst.
They did take a really stupid path to Denver. I will give you that.
Yeah.
That's objectively true.
On the record, the Rock Island motive power, really cool. I like their paint schemes, except for Bankruptcy Blue. I'm sorry, I just don't like Bankruptcy Blue. But I like their scheme.
He doesn't want blue.
Bitches love blue. Well, fuck you. Yes, I do. You know.
Oh well, yeah. He wants different blue.
Different blue. But like I like the motive power. I like the paint schemes. It's a cool railroad. It is objectively dumb. Like, yeah, that's my opinions on Rock Island. Keep going.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, sorry, that's me. 75 Horse Case. Need a kitchen sponsor? So this episode of K37 Kitchen brought to you by 75 Horse Case. I might actually take you up on that one of these days when we're firing up 91, because the one episode I really wanted to do that kind of needed a sponsorship and or somebody who knows a place where I can get a lot of hardwood sponsored or for free, was to do a brisket in the smoke box. But $400 worth of hardwood barely bought me like an hour and a half in 20 for the ribs. So at street price, it's either really expensive or unless somebody knows a guy. Oh, and speaking of sponsorships, anyone watching stream, Tristan and I were talking about hardware things and stuff, and I looked at I need an update in my PC. Or would desire one, and it would solve my fucking audio driver problem that every time I restart my computer, I fight my audio drivers for an hour because I have the wrong edition of Thunderbolt or a stupid Thunderbolt add-on for my thing. I was looking into getting a new motherboard, which I don't mind getting a motherboard processor. The challenge is I have a DDR4 set of RAM. If anyone has a hookup or a lot of DDR4 RAM, like I would want 128 gigs because Unreal's a fucking pile of shit, that is not several $1,000s, because that is irresponsible to, like, go and buy, shoot me a message, please. I would very much appreciate it, because it's getting a little... Yeah, I don't want to waste the money on the RAM, though. Like, that feels stupid. That should be a $250 purchase, not a $1,600 purchase. Fucking AI. Anyways, full cockatoo. Brakeman
I'm
Beans.
trying to buy a new graphics card.
Yeah, they're also not good. Processors and motherboards not so bad, but yeah, the fucking RAM. Brakeman Beans. Hey, buddy. Conductor for 2 months. Will United, Verde, and Pacific be represented in Century of Steam? And for Jersey, why are K28s your favorite of the DNRGW Mikados? We have, before you go off on your tangent, we've talked about UV and P stuff. They had a lot of really cool stuff.
Well,
some of our engines that we have that are more catalog might have run on that railroad. I don't know if we'll be able to do the really specific stuff or not. Time's going to tell on that one. But yes, Jersey, the K28.
Well, before that, I did get from a private individual some erecting cards for a very cool UVMP 260.
No.
Well, multiple 260s. So we do have the capability, but we, maybe not right now. It would be cool, but,
Right.
The drawings exist. That's all I'm saying.
They're out there. Adventure, it's out there.
K28s, though. So, K28s, I don't know, they just... a lot of it ties back to the car accident back in December of 2023 and early 2024 when I was recovering from the car accident. I was on a big K28 kick, and one of the big events that happened just after the car accident was all my friends went in together on this beautiful model of 473 Precision Scale HON31, which sits on my shelf, and I'm looking at it right now. Never let that fucking thing out of my sight. And it was one of the nicest things that people had done for me, and, it amplified the K28 shit from, like, a brief, like, autism hyper-focus that I would eventually move on from into, like, nope, these are just the best. And so I went, like, full deep dive on them, and, the shit, like, being the only Alco engines on the Grand Narrow Gauge, and the crews raving about their performance and their stability, and, like, just look at them. Like, they're not for everybody, but they have a presence, Plus Mark teaching me and relentlessly ranting to me about jiggle physics.
You do realize that is now my responsibility, and that I have all of the cards in the deck.
That's true. That is true. You could do it. God help you, but you could.
Implements jiggle physics on the front end of your locomotive, refuses to elaborate.
I'm looking forward to the update note, or the patch note that just says added jiggle physics and nothing else. Like, and that's how it happens. Like, it doesn't even say anything else, and you just boot it up, and there it is. Yeah.
For the uninitiated, the K28 with the air pump on the front, when it cycles really hard, it will shake the whole headlight and the headlight visor and everything, and it's pretty neat.
I didn't entirely believe that would happen every time until I went to the DNS in 2024, and I don't know if you remember it, but I remember I sent you a thing in Silverton. I was like, look, it does the thing, holy shit!
I do remember it, and I remember feeling like SpongeBob pointing at all the dirty diapers in the house, like, see?
Anyway, do you have more top chats?
Yeah, probably. Jed Brown, what coal scoop do I need the handle off of for accuracy to the one you actually use for K37 Kitchen? Where do you get an actual coal scoop? I don't know if you'd need one from an actual coal scoop. A true, honest to God, like shovel, like snow shovel handle is close enough. I use a historic shovel from the Rio Grande for K37 Kitchen because it's the one that I own, and that probably makes some historians cringe a little bit. But you know, it's fine. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about it. Usually I've found shovels at antique malls for like actual coal scoops, and sometimes they can be cheap, but antique malls probably gonna be your best bet, or eBay or something. But then that gets expensive and stupid. Ice Surfer, Fireman 45 months. Anything at Mason is fire. Just happened to see the old 286 being scrapped at the end of 1896. Anything Mason is very welcomed. That engine class suffered a lot with not much of them surviving. Yeah, like the one, unfortunately. Chris Chili, 1947, engineered 26 months. Rock Island rooted worse than the NWP? Question mark?
Oh, the NWP is stupid, but it's, I mean, it was pretty much the only way to build a railroad through where it ran.
It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway! Yes. Okay. Let's see. In 75 case, you know where to find me for the kitchen. Ah, I see. Yes, that is worthy of doing. RAM. I'm just hoping that there's someone who's just got, spare sticks of RAM. It has to be a lot though, because Unreal's minimum is 32, and it will eat literally all of the RAM you have, and then some, no matter how much. So, but anyway. Matt the Outcast, which is the best restaurant of the three? Buffalo Wild Wings, Cracker Barrel, or Texas Roadhouse? And he says B-dubs for life. I have not gone to Buffalo Wild Wings or Cracker Barrel all that much. I've been to Texas Roadhouse a lot, and it might be slander, but I've never had a steak I've enjoyed from Texas Roadhouse. And maybe that's just me knowing how to make a decent steak. The rolls are great. Some of the other entrees are great. The vibes are great, but I don't know. All three of those are like not in my echelon of like, ooh, personally. But I will get me some chicken critters at Texas Roadhouse when Leighton makes me go, though. So because tendies, why not?
Tendies.
Chicken tendies.
Is that more?
There are more. Carmen, I didn't know if you were gonna jump in on that same bandwagon. Carmen Kyle, re K28 pump shaking the headlight. Summer to that 2025. I remember 476 came back with its headlight out because the pump rattled the bulb out of its socket. Uh-huh. I wholeheartedly believe that. Jed Brown, cheap D handle it is. I don't look at antiques. That is understood and appreciated. Thank you. Brakeman Beans, I know Druzy will get a kick out of this, but I got to be the fireman on 473 on the 100th anniversary of its first run, October 2nd, 2023.
That's cool as fuck, actually.
That is cool as fuck, actually.
473 is my favorite of the K28s, so, well, and that's no fucking secret, but I would argue that is one of, if not the most impressive service life of any steam locomotive on the planet. Because it's just no brakes at all, like burned to a crisp, and that was the longest break it ever got. Except for, like, 1472s and all that. Looks like you have another one.
I have Yes, another one. Matt the Outcast. Jersey, is the fridge the same make and model of the one that got 5629 scrapped? Damn you, Jensen!
That's how this all started, by the way.
The Jersey's fridge. The one that killed Dick Jensen?
Yep,
That fridge?
That one.
Yes, that one.
That one.
Yes, that one.
All right. I think that's it.
I think so.
Because I have a fuckload to catch up on.
Oh, God. Go for it. Continue doing the Jersey speak.
What is the attractive effort of a human being? Shut up. That's what.
Not much.
There's an MD Whistles Robert Swanson whistle for $750 for sale for $750. There are videos of it on Black River 60. Swansons are cool. MD Whistles are MD Whistles. I can get an original Crosby 5-inch for $250 less than that. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Jersey, you ever been to Tommyknockers in Idaho Springs, Colorado, just off I-70, a block up the road from where CNS 60 sits? I've seen the CNS 60. I have not been to Tommyknockers.
Tommyknockers pretty good.
Jersey, is your freezer kosher? Shut the fuck up. Jersey, will you rebuild EBT-11 and what happened to its whistle? Its whistle allegedly still exists, and allegedly Mark has held it, but there's no way to confirm that that is really its whistle.
Right.
The guy says that he has a way to confirm it, but I have yet to hear anything from people who know the guy, and I keep asking, and I keep getting nothing. I just keep getting vague, oh, trust me, bro. Again, if the guy gives me the story, maybe it's watertight. Who knows? Jersey, I guarantee that I know the exact wattage of your space heater draws. I don't have a space heater, so it would be 0. I'm not fucking saying that. That is an inappropriate question, and I'm going to delete that. Holy fuck.
From mainline through the Rockies, Brakeman 40 months. Did the RGS have? No, the RGS did not have. It's been well renowned, well confirmed. RGS no have.
Yeah, RGS doesn't.
Only thing RGS have, Rio Grande really want. T19, RGS say no. DRGW gets sad, but rebuild it for them anyway because they get to play with it.
Jersey, what is the gauge of the wire in your internet router? Oh no! What is the specific heat of your dishwasher? I don't know.
Are we to the point of the jokes where it is just finding thermodynamics terms, and then like thermodynamics term appliance now kith, and then asking the question?
Yep. Jersey, how long before you give up electricity and become Amish because of these questions? I mean, that's tempting, but I don't want to work for the Strasbourg Railroad.
You don't want to be a carman at the Strasbourg?
Fuck no. Jersey, what is best in life? Whatever makes you happy, as long as it doesn't hurt other people. Jersey, have you lost the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps? Don't you reference Spaceballs in this chat? Oh my god. Jersey, one more question before I go. How much fuel in milliliters is left in your car? Though I actually don't know. My car. I haven't seen my car in 3 months. It's been in the shop. Jersey, yes, Mount Rainier. There was a recent bit about Tiny on the Facebook page. You may find it entertaining. I'll go look. Jersey, what is the gauge of the wires inside my garbage disposal? I don't have a garbage disposal. Jersey, do you own the kitchen gun? Kitchen gun! Fuck. Love that video.
Physicist, did the SDNS have? They did, until we took it from them. Blackbird Gaming, hey, good to see you, bud. Engineer 45 months. Are you sure the RGS had? I am not sure the RGS had. Oh god, hang on, I gotta grab a thing for this. Hey look, this is how I do this. It's the annoying expensive thing that doesn't work most of the time. Anyway, Matt the Outcast. Heis. Me, an intellectual. Just like that.
Yep.
Make sure you get your Grant Trunk. Goes good on soups. Ask Dusty. Can I get the soup with ranch?
Jersey, do you store your guns in the stove? No.
That's how they start going bang accidentally. Don't do that.
That's how you get kitchen gun pejorative.
Kitchen gun. Angry.
Hey, Jersey, how much water does your dishwasher use per hour in... I don't know! Jersey, why was the CGW the best railroad? Don't you ever say that the CGW was the best fucking railroad. They're the New Haven of the Midwest. Actually, I would say... They're the Rock Island of the northern Midwest. That's what they are. Jersey, there's a 7.25 gauge inch Erie triplex for sale on Discover Live Steam. I'll stick with my 1/87th scale one.
And it's probably,
cool
what, $10 bazillion million?
I think 160,000 easy.
It's actually not terrible for what it is, but also it's like, oh my god.
People asking to see the 473 model. I'll post some pictures later. People raving about 473. People raving. Jersey, how many years do you have to serve under the mast since you somehow have the capital to continue buying expensive brass train? Hey, I've been good this year. I've been good this year and last year because I've been too poor to buy model trains. The only one that I got was my G3, and I had to sell my Lehigh Valley Streamliner to get it, which I hated doing because that one was beautiful and painted, and this one is beautiful but unpainted, and now I need to spend a ungodly amount of money getting it painted, which I don't have. Holy fuck, there's a lot more. Jersey, I was the one that made the first offer for the fridge. I am aware that you are patient zero for this fucking pandemic. Jersey, what do you think about Penn Central, greatest railroad in history? Jersey, what is your quest? I seek the Grail. Jersey, what is the overall tolerance between the cylinder head and the sleeve in Mark's GTO? That's a you question, not me.
I don't know, but judging by how hard it engine brakes, probably surprisingly tight.
Cool. Can confirm it does engine brake like a motherfucker. Jersey, would you play Connect 4 with yourself if you got bored enough? That's sad. Why would you say that to me? That's sad. That's really sad. Jersey, what amperage service do you have in your... I don't know. Jersey, what do you think of the Juniata and Shady Grove Railroad? That's our home railroad. You're not fooling me. That's our homebrew Keystone Early Railroad, okay? I was there when the fucking books were written, bro. Jersey, how old is your fridge in minute? Older than me. A top chat that I think you missed. How much weight does a locomotive bear from a whole train, as in stress on the frames and such? And does that limit how much a locomotive can haul?
That is an interesting question. It's less than you'd think because it's the weight of the cars doesn't directly translate into the locomotive itself, and that's not what you're not physically pulling the cars themselves. You are pulling the rolling resistance of said cars, and there's lots of formulas out there for this. Some are more scientific, some are not. The railroads tended to be pretty chill about it, just calculating how many tons of train they had, and then knowing the degree of curvature and also the percent of grade they had and would apply adjustment factors based on that. Specifically in the locomotive's frames, it's not really a concern. Locomotive frames got so overbuilt and big later on that it like really didn't matter whatsoever. In the early days, you did have some spaghetti frame problems, but that was early days and figuring out train forces and train handling. And the most common frame problem I've seen on most locomotives was little spindly things getting butt fucked into the snow. So thoughtful answer, butt fucked. Anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's pretty much how that goes.
Oh my fucking god. Is Jersey on the same stream as someone? I guess. Oh wait, there's another top chat. You get that.
Matt the Outcast. You say it's another top chat, but it's for you. Jersey, are you familiar
great.
with the Cornwall in Lebanon? They only had 2-foot gauge 440s in the country, and they are so freaking cute.
Yes. Yes, I am. That is a whole thing. They had a locomotive built and delivered from Baldwin in 48 hours. The paint was still drying and the steel was still hot when they fired it up for the first time. Fucking crazy. Jersey, how do I fix the pipes in my building? They are broken. I'm not a plumber.
Call the
Jersey,
Mario
do you
Brothers.
own the... What?
Call the Mario Brothers.
Oh my... Do the Mario! Oh my god. Jersey, do you own the air fryer? You don't seem like you... Don't you ever insinuate that I don't own an air fryer. I own a fucking air fryer. Fuck you. Jersey, what is the power output of a Blue Comet Pacific in picocalories per fortnight? Shut up. Oh my god. Jersey, we shall mount 4 AC compressors to your vehicle to turn the interior into an environmental testing chamber. My AC struggles every year, okay? Don't make it worse. On a scale of 1 to fish, what's your favorite color of the alphabet? 73.
I would have said
Jersey,
64.
are the nails holding your dining room table together common or box nail? Jersey, can you confirm or deny EBT-15 will return to service in Packard Blue with gold lining? Armagon has threatened doing that for the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may interrupt, I would like you to see the completed brake cylinder on the locomotive. We have
That is
the end out to the tender with the cutout, presently cut in, the connection to the distributing valve. There's a union there. Goes up into the cab where the mountain cock is, a couple of unions to take it apart there, union elbow there, the long run down the boiler with its associated union, the scoingly stupid bit to hide it behind the main reservoir, and then the connection into the brake cylinders themselves. That's the system without anything, and there it is in context.
Wow, look how easy it is when you know what you're doing.
Brake cylinder pipe! Whee! The whole thing. Oh, God, it's 10 o'clock. I think brake cylinder pipe. Get your lizard through out here. Because I think that's going to be all for me on stream tonight. Because I know I've got some other tasks that I need to do that are not Mikadu related. So,
Jersey, what scientific method are you going to use to figure out the RPM of your microwave? Time it. Jersey, what is the heating area of your microwave? Fuck you. God damn it. Fuck. Okay, hold on. We're getting there. There's a fucking lot in here, okay? Jersey, what is the specific impulse of your water heater upon rupture? Jersey, what is the gallon per minute of your toilet?
how many golf balls can you flush down your toilet without clogging it? That seems to be the industry thing.
Jersey, what is the Reynolds number of your toilet when flushing? Jersey, how much are you willing to pay me to drink paint thinner?
The Reynolds number of your toilet. It depends on how cruise shipped it is.
Jersey, which Australian state railway is your favorite? Victorian.
Wow, way to side with
Jersey,
the Victorians.
Jersey, I know where an original 400E Blue Comet engine is for $1,500. If I had $1,500, I would buy it. Hey Jersey, how? Yep. Jersey, have you heard of the Niles Canyon Railway? And if so, what's your favorite locomotive there? My favorite locomotive there isn't running, and that's the 2479. It will run, and you can bet your fucking ass that I will be out there when it thing fucking runs, because it's a P10, and those are some of my favorite SP engines of all time. Jersey, you have the most money in the world now. No, I don't. If I had the most money in the world, I would be preventing that Union Pacific Norfolk Southern merger. Jersey, before was, is, or still was. What? No, everyone asked Jersey what, but nobody asked Jersey why. I couldn't give you an answer. Jersey, thoughts on the Edison at the Henry Ford? I know people who work at the Henry Ford. That thing is a hate-filled, spiteful machine that should not have been built. Their words, not mine. Hello, Jersey. I'm going into battle and want your strongest potions. You can't handle my strongest potions. Jersey, do you need anyone to help you move the fridge? I own a GTW Pacific, and are you interested in this opportunity? Sure. Jersey, how much tractive effort does your car have?
There are so many more. I'm going to answer the last couple top chats on my end, and I think we're going to call it. Sorry, everyone else. Okay. If you want to berate Jersey with more questions, he does also stream on his Twitch. And I'm sure you could get him to answer all manner of esoteric appliance, thermodynamic, and fluid mechanic questions. Trainman 4014, Conductor 13 months. What is a SEAL's favorite school subject? Art.
Okay, that's funny.
Limes. Rutger Lamberson, hello Heist and crew, hope all is well. Take late money, please. Rutger, you're gonna have to watch the VOD of the stream because I opened with the loud thing because I finally got my goddamn amp back from repair after like 8 months, and it's the biggest glued on smile I've had in a minute, so definitely doing good over here. Thank you. Absolutely random full. Why were the 473, 476, 478 saved from Alaska? Like, why them specifically? Were they in the shop at the time? I know the Grand wanted to keep all the K28s. I actually have no idea why they picked which ones or not. So, Jersey, do you know?
I don't. I think it was just random chance.
It might be random chance. I don't know. But yeah, they apparently...
Your favorites? I don't know.
They brought back at least one of the 28s from Alaska as far as the Rio Grande system in Utah somewhere. And the Grand looked at it and they went, wow, that is fucked. And said, nope, cut them all up. So, yeah, single tier. Then the rest of them got cut up north of Seattle, I think. Anyway, Blackbird Gaming, good to see you again. And then thank you for gifting 28 memberships. Every bit helps. Much appreciated, good sir. Person 723, does the GTO or the Zuma have more tractive effort? It is probably still the Montezuma because tractive effort is a great measure for a steam engine and a terrible one for a car. 56 Strat. Last one because it's Strat. Quick question for Mark. Engine carb combo for the GOAT. It's a 400. It's the original 400 that's in it, and I've got an aftermarket Edelbrock 750 CFM. I don't remember the model number. It's an electric choke that I didn't hook up because it gets hot enough and unchokes itself anyways without using electricity. So, you know, just jank, just ES&D, the GTO. But anyways, as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We've made a little progress today. I know that I could probably plumb the rest of the 6ET in an evening by myself without all the distraction, but it was great to teach you guys how that worked and great to play a little guitar on stream. So, as always, thanks so much for watching. Catch y'all next time, folks. Bye!